Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this amazing learning platform, Learn Forward. We are doing science with this book Link with Science by Feathercap. Okay, so let's start with chapter number 12. And this is the last chapter of your class 3 science. Yes, okay, so buck up and let's start. What you are going to learn here is about Earth on which we are living and the universe, because Earth is a small part of this whole universe. So let's start. So this activity, who are we? Solve the riddles and find out. So there are these statements and you have to, by reading the statements, you have to guess about what they are talking here. The first 3 letters of my name is a sense organ. So the first 3 letters of this thing is the name of a sense organ, and you have, you have 5 sense organs: skin, ear, eyes, nose and tongue. But there they are writing TH also. So you cannot write EYE here, TH, nothing. You cannot write nose because 3 blocks are there. So what is left is EAR, that is ear, and TH is earth. Okay. So this is EAR, earth. Now I have 2 discs in my name, 2 discs. So moon, 2 discs. Okay. I twinkle in a popular nursery rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, fine. So let's start. Start with the universe. Everything means your sun, your planets, your stars, other heavenly objects, all comes under this one world that we call as universe. The earth is 150 million kilometers away from the sun. So this is the distance between earth and sun. It is one of the 8 planets that go around the sun. So you now know that earth and its 7 other planets along with earth, they revolve around the sun in their fixed path. Okay, and these planets are 8 in number. So the 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay. Now the sun and these 8 planets together form the solar system. So here this is the sun family, means sun and the 8 planets. Planets do not have a light of their own, but they only reflect the light of the sun. They reflect the sunlight that falls on them. This makes planet glow. So this is the reason why you can see using a telescope or even with the naked eye sometimes you can see the planets in the sky. Everything that exists, especially all physical matter, including all the stars, planets, galaxies, etc. in space, is called universe. So universe comprises of everything that is present in the space. Okay. So this is the solar system. This is the sun. This is the sun. Okay. Mercury, the first planet, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay. So these 3 planets actually looks like blue in color. So now Mercury is the smallest planet. It is the smallest one. Jupiter is the largest one. Jupiter is the largest one. And Saturn is the lightest planet. It is only made up of gases. So it is the lightest planet. Now the Earth. The Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. It is 3rd. 1, 2, 3. Mercury, Venus and Earth. The Earth is the only planet that has life on it. The surface of the Earth is made up of land and water. So now we know that this green part is the forest cover that is present on the land part, and this blue color is the water part. Okay. Now 3/4 of the Earth is filled with water. So I have explained this a number of times that out of 4 parts, 3 are covered with water and 1 part out of 4 is covered with land only. Now which gives blue color to the planet. Okay, so Earth has its blue color because of the abundance presence of water on it. So this is the reason why it is called as blue planet. You know, it is actually looking like a blue ball. Now it is surrounded by a thick layer of air extending up to a height of 6,000 600 kilometers. So it has a blanket or a layer of air from the surface of the earth where we are living till 600 kilometers upside. Okay, and this layer is called as atmosphere. Okay, now next, shape of the earth. What is the shape of the earth? From beginning, now it is very clear that it is a spherical thing, means the planets are spherical, earth is round. But in the beginning there was a debate about what is the actual shape of the earth. Some scientists or some researchers, geologists, they told that earth is a flat surface, it is something that is very flat, because we can feel, I am living here, I have a flat land in front of me. So that is why there was a debate, but now it is very much clear, because now people have reached till a moon, they have reached the space, and from where they can actually observe this planet earth from there, and they say that it is round in shape. So now long ago people thought that the earth was flat. So in the very beginning this was a thought. Now there is a proof to show that the earth is round like an orange. So now we have proof to it. Now how? Have you watched a film or actually seen a ship sailing away? So if you have been to a beach, or if you have been to a seashore, so there you might have seen some ships sailing away towards, means away from you. So now how does it go out of sight? After traveling to a distance, you'll not be able to see the ship now. The lower part disappears first. So like this is the observer. The ship has started sailing from here. So what happens after going to a distance, the lower part starts to disappear first, because now it has covered to a distance, to a longer distance. So now the lower part start to disappear, and later on the upper part also go out of sight. So they say that the lower part disappears first and the top disappears last. This is because it is sailing on a curved surface. Okay, so this is because of this. Now hundreds of years ago, sailors had proved that the earth is round. How? They started sailing from a certain point. They started their ship, or they sailing from a certain point, sailed on and reached the same point from where they had started. So it is like this, that this is the earth, and there maybe the sailor has started from here. So they just kept on sailing, and after a time they reached the same place where they have started. So this is a proof. This can happen only if the path is circular. So now the path is circular. Photographs taken on space trips show that the earth is round. So there are many photos that has been shared by the people that actually went to the space, and that shows clearly that the earth is round like a ball. American astronauts who landed on the moon in 1969 saw that the earth appear round from the moon. Again a proof. However, the earth appears flat to us. Why? Because we are only seeing a small distance. Okay, so now this is because what we see is only a tiny part of a very big arc. So it is not possible. Maybe I am seeing only this much part. If even in my entire life I could travel only this much. Sometimes it happens, or I am traveling till this part. So again it will appear a flat surface to me. Okay. Now Isaac Newton proposed that earth has not completely spherical but rather flattened at the poles, and it is accepted nowadays also. We say that if this is earth and it is slightly tilted to one side, so this part and this part is slightly flattened, and this shape is called as sphere, that is slightly flattened from the poles. Okay, so this is north pole and this is south pole. So now movement of the earth. So now earth show two types of movement. One is rotation, other one is revolution. If something is going around of something else, so that is a revolution. If the thing is moving on its own, I just spin a top, I just spin a ball, so that is rotation. But if that ball is going around something else also, so that is revolution. So revolution, let's start with first one, revolution. The earth revolved around the sun. So this movement of earth is called revolution. So if this is sun and this is earth, so it is going around the sun in 365 days and 1/4 of a day, means 365 days plus 6 hours, because 1/4 of a day is counted as 6 hours to complete a revolution. It causes changes of seasons also. So because of this revolution only, this 365 days process, we see change of the seasons, and this is the reason why we see seasons for different length, maybe for 3-4 months. Okay, so because out of these 365 days comprises of all 4-5 seasons in it. It causes changes of season. Now what is rotation? Spinning a top. So it is rotating while revolving. So the both the processes are, means both type of motion of the earth are going simultaneously, means side by side. It is revolving at the same time it is rotating also. Now while revolving around the sun, the earth spins around its own axis. Now this is axis, this is axis, this is axis. Okay, this spin is called rotation, and it happens in 24 hours. So day and night happens because of rotation, while change in season happens because of revolution. So now rotation of earth causes day and night. Okay, so now think and tell. Two small statements or questions are there. You have to choose the correct answer. The sun and the 8 or 9 planets together form the solar system. Very clear. Initially means maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years before there were 9 planets, but after maybe 2008 or 2010, it has been now called as 8 planets only, because one planet has been excluded from this family and is considered as a dwarf planet. Okay. Now days and nights are caused due to the rotation or revolution. So due to the rotation of earth. Now the moon. The moon is a natural satellite of the earth because it moves around the earth. So like sun has earth, just like this, earth has moon. It is also going around the earth. It moves around the earth. The moon completes one rotation on its axis in 29 and a half day. Means 29 and a half. Half day less than 30 days, means a month. Okay, it takes the same to complete one revolution around the earth. So it means that the moon is taking same amount of time to rotate on its own axis, as well as it is going for the revolution in the same time. The moon is about 384,400 kilometers away from the earth. So this is the distance between earth and moon. It has no light of its own and shine only because it reflects the light of sun. Sun is the universal source of heat and light. So it is giving light to everything. So now moon is also receiving the light from the sun, and then only it is visible. From the earth, we see only those parts of the moon that are lit by the sun, because it is continuously moving. Yes, earth is moving, angles have been changed, the moon is continuously moving. So there may be a possibility, and always there is this process go, that only one or certain part of the moon receives light from the sun, and only that part is visible to us. And this is the reason why we see different shapes of the moon on different days. Okay, due to change in the position of the earth and moon, the moon appears to change its shape. When the moon is between the sun and the earth, we do not see it at all. This is called the new moon. So what is this new moon? New moon is a time when no moon is seen in the sky. Means from the next day a new moon will start appearing. Okay, so that time is called as new moon. Okay, so now they are saying when the moon is between the earth and the sun. So there is a time when earth and sun has moon in between. So at that time, because now sunlight is coming from the opposite direction, and in our direction we cannot see the moon. Why? Because now the surface that is receiving the light from the sun is not towards us. Okay, in 2 or 3 days time, the moon looks like a crescent, like this. So this is called as a crescent moon. Okay, within a week after new moon, 2-3 days after, you can see a crescent moon, and after a week, within a week, a half of the moon can be seen. Half of the moon. So this is a no moon day. Now crescent after 4-5 days. Then within a week, your half moon. Then called the first quarter. When we see more than half of the moon, this is like this, means the moon is appeared like this, half, more than half. So that is called as gibbous moon, gibbous moon. Okay. In 2 weeks, means 15 days time, we see a full moon. Now moon is full. Now in another 15 days, it will start decreasing its size. Okay. From here, no moon, the size of the moon is increased. From full moon day, it will be decreasing, and one day will not be able to see the moon. Now the sun. The sun is the nearest star from the earth. Okay. It is a big ball of hot gases. So again, just like planet, some of the planet, this sun is also made up of hot gases. It gives its own light and heat. It has its own light and heat because of these gases. The planet revolve around the sun in their fixed orbit. So if this is sun and this is earth that is moving, so this path is called as fixed orbit. The sun's strong gravitation force holds earth and the other planets in place. So now all these earth and other 9 planets are moving around it. So this is because of the sun's strong gravitational force. The coolest part of the sun is as hot as about 54,000 degrees centigrade. Means this is the least temperature that the sun is having at any point of its surface. Life on earth greatly depends on the sun. So we know, because the plants are producing their food because of the sun. Evaporation, water cycle is being happened because of the sun only. So there are other things also that is dependent on the sun. Now stars. Stars are big balls of burning gases. Again, they are big balls of burning gases, but they do not appear that big as compared to sun because they are very far from us, that have light and heat of their own. So just like sun, stars also have their own heat and light. They appear as tiny dots of light because they are very far away from us. So the sun is also far from us. It is again millions of kilometers away, but stars are even farther from the earth compared to sun. So now the nearest star to us is the sun. So sun is the nearest star. It is again a star. Group of stars form patterns in the sky called as constellations. So now this is a constellation, means some group of stars, they are forming a recognizable shape in the sky. So these are called as constellations. So this Great Bear, okay, this is one of the constellation. Some of these constellations are Ursa Major, okay, the Great Bear. So this is Ursa Major. Scorpius, that is something like a scorpion, okay. The Orion, the hunter one, and Leo, the lion, okay. So means Leo resembles a lion. The Orion resembles a hunter with a bow and arc, okay. Now scorpion like a scorpion, and this a great bear. Now astronomers. There are some astronomers that have reached till space. They have studied space, they have studied planet, they have given certain numerical values as well. So these are called as astronomers. The person or the scientist that studies space or the related object are called as astronomers. Now scientists who study the stars and the planets are called as astronomers. They use special instruments like telescope to observe the stars and the planets. So they have telescopes, okay. Initially they were not that much modernized or technology thing, but now they are very modern. These telescopes are very big and kept in separate building called observatories. So they have, just like today we have labs. So in the old time, the observatories were there in which these big telescopes were kept. Looking through a telescope, the stars and the planet appear bigger and closer and very clear. Astronomers measure their movements and their photographs to find out their secrets. So now this is an outer world, okay. Nobody has reached there till then time. So they used their movement, they used to locate their locations, they used to see how much they have moved within 1 hour or within 2 days. So these things, these information they have used to know what is this thing that is present as a secret in this world. Now Jantar Mantar, in Delhi and was built to predict the time and movement of the sun, moon, planet by Maharaja Savai Jai Singh. So this is again a fact. Okay. So Jantar Mantar in Delhi was built to know the movement of the sun, moon, planet. It is a type of astrology at that time, and it was built by Maharaja Savai Jai Singh. In the olden days, astronomers used to look at the stars through naked eye. So in the olden times, they used to look in through the naked eyes because they do not have that telescope. Slowly and gradually, they have developed them. About 1500 years ago, there was an Indian astronomer, and what is the name? Aryabhatta. He told that the earth is round and that it rotates on its own axis. So, there was no things that can reach this space. Okay. But this scientist at that time, means 1500 years ago, he calculated that earth is round without going there, and he also told that it is rotating on its own axis. So this is something very interesting. He also told that the moon shines only when the sunlight falls on it. So these are the things that now also we follow. Okay, we are studying this, and this was being calculated and was given, means 15 years ago, by an Indian scientist, and he said that moon is also an illuminating object. It cannot produce its own light, but it is only reflecting this light of the sun. Another Indian astronomer, Bhaskaracharya, he lived 900 years ago, means after Aryabhatta. He discovered a method of finding out the motion of the planets. So, okay, this was very rich. Now the space. Space has all these things that we have read till now. The earth is surrounded by air, we know. Everybody knows. And in the starting of the chapter, we have discussed that we have atmosphere from the surface till 600 kilometers. Now the place beyond the air is called the space. So as this atmosphere ends, in the atmosphere only we have this gravitational force of earth. As this atmosphere ends, space starts, and there this gravitation of earth did not work. All stars and planets move in a space. Yes, we know. They all apply force to attract other object. A heavy star or planet has a greater force of attraction. That is why this force of attraction is called as gravitational force. Now the earth attracts us and our aeroplanes too. This is the reason why these aeroplanes cannot just go to the space, as they are flying upward, but still they do not cross the atmosphere. So we cannot go beyond a limit far from the earth. So there is a limit because they are not designed to go to the space. They are not designed to cross the atmosphere. Now special spaceships have been designed to go into the space. They are pushed beyond the gravitational force till the edge where the gravitational force works. They can be pushed beyond that. Only then this is possible how they are going in the outer space. Okay. So by rockets they are propelled. Rockets produce a very high speed and force to escape into the space. So this is Apollo 11, a spacecraft that has taken people to the moon. Now journey to the moon. A spaceship Apollo 11 took 3 American astronauts. Astronauts are space travelers, okay, to the moon. So this spaceship has carried 3 Americans to the moon. One of them was Neil Armstrong. So one was Neil Armstrong, that we today call that he is the first person to land on the moon. Was the first man to step on the surface of the moon. This day was 21st July 1969. Okay, 21st July 1969. Okay, so this was the chapter. Now let's come to the exercise. So find the odd one out. Give reason for your answer. So you have to find out which one is odd here. New moon, where no moon is seen. Crescent moon, star or full moon. These 3 are shapes of the moon. This one is a separate thing. Okay. Rotation, 24 hours, day and night, 365 days. So 365 days, because rotation happens within 24 hours and it is responsible for causing day and night. Revolution, 365 days, rotation and season. So rotation, because revolution happens in 365 days and it is responsible for change in seasons. Okay, now choose the correct answer. This has a shape similar to the earth, an orange scale or shoebox. and orange. It is spherical. Okay. The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called as rotation. Okay. The revolution is called that it covers a distance around the sun. These do not have a light of their own. Stars, planets or moon do not have a light of their own. Planets also do not have their light of their own. Moon do not have its light. Stars only have. So both are correct. Okay. These do not have a light of their own. Yes, planets also illuminated by taking the light from the sun. Same happens with the moon also. Now the phase of the moon when it is not visible on earth is called as new moon, because now the moon is not visible. Sailing on in the same direction, sailors reached the place from where they have started. So they just sail on and they reached a place, same place where they have started. So this shows that earth is round. The earth rotates on its axis. The earth takes how much time to revolve? It is 365 1/4 day. Okay. 365 1/4 day. Take it. Now the earth takes this time to rotate. It is 24 hours. Okay. We have to write hours also. 24 hours. The moon is a natural satellite of earth. Now true and false. The earth moves around the sun. True. The moon takes about 28 days to go around the sun. Moon actually do not go around the sun, first thing, and it do not take 28 days. It takes 29.5 days to go around the earth. So this is wrong. The sun is the satellite of earth. Sun is not a satellite of earth. Moon is the satellite of earth. The earth is round like an orange. True, because the upper and the lower poles are flat, somewhat flat. Match the following. Earth round. Okay. Revolution 365 in a quarter day. Rotation causes day and night. Globe is a model of the earth. It is a miniature model of the earth, globe, that you might have seen on the desk of your principal, maybe. Okay, now subjective questions in brief. Give one proof to show that the earth is round. Same. Sailors started sailing their ship or boats from one point and they just kept on sailing, and after a time they have reached the same point where they have started. So this shows that earth is round, because only if circular path is being followed you can reach the same point again. What is rotation of the earth? The earth rotates on its own axis and it happens within 24 hours. What causes day and night? Rotation of earth causes day and night. Why is it not easy to go into the space? Because earth has atmosphere. Till this atmospheric layer, the earth exerts gravitational force on every object that causes the object to come down again on the earth. So it is not easy to go to the space. We need special spacecraft that can propel them, actually push them beyond the atmosphere. In detail questions, why do we see moon in different phases? Because moon also revolve and rotate around the earth. It rotate on its own axis in the same time, means 29.5 days, and it also revolve around the earth. So the position of the moon changes, the position of the earth changes, and this is the reason that we can only see that part that is illuminated by the light of the sun. How long does the moon take to rotate once on its axis? 29.5 days. What is constellation? Group of stars that form recognizable shape is called as constellation. Name any three: Orion, Leo and the Great Bear. Okay, fine bete. This is the last of your book. We have completed it. Just see all the chapters again. Okay, and so this is the last thing that last time we are meeting here for this grade. So happy learning, students.